I know I'm late. Chill out. How about that? How about you chill out? Just chill. Just chill out. I had to work late and I was hungry. I ate some Taco Bell. Let me adjust my... Ooh, that made it worse somehow. Okay. Okay, so got some pretty cool news lined up for today. I'm impressed with myself at how quickly I lined this news up too. Hang on, I also want to do a video by Alki. It's kind of long, but we'll watch it. It's cool. It's 20 minutes long. I'll try to breeze through this news here so that What's up, Jenna? I didn't even look and see what news you sent me. I already had all this stuff queued up. Let me see what you got going on. Let us see here. Excuse me. So, let me first of all get one of these going here. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. What up, NGD? Been waiting on it like a tax return. I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you, Jenna. Always appreciate you. Let me at least look at what you sent me. I worked really late tonight because one of my coworkers was out again, so I didn't get a chance to really look at what you sent me. It might honestly be some of the same stuff I was going to cover anyway. Oh, excuse me. Wow. Oh yeah, so yep, I was definitely going to cover that first thing, but this Rengo one is pretty funny. Okay. So, let's get it started. Let me take a sip and wet my whistle a little bit before I get into this news here. Because we got the juicy stuff first. Chill out, no spoilies. Chill out, no spoilies. It was Big Richie. What's up, Richie? What's up, Scabby? All right. So here we go. Let's get this little celebration going here. You guys ready for this? Y'all ready for this? So, Derek Chauvin was sentenced today. What up, here, Meshi? Derek Chauvin was sentenced today. We found out what he was sentenced. 22.5 years.
Not the appropriate time. I'm not basing my sentence also on
Chauvin packing that air.
Public opinion. I'm not basing it on any attempt to send any messages. A trial court judge, the job of a trial court judge is to apply the law to specific facts and to deal with individual cases. And so, Mr. Chauvin, as to count one, based on the verdict of the jury, finding you guilty of unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony under Minnesota Statute .19 subdivision 2 paren 1. It is the judgment of the court that you now stand convicted of that offense.
Oof.
Pursuant to Minnesota statute section 60904, counts 2 and 3 will remain unadjudicated as they are lesser offenses of count 1. As sentenced for count 1, the court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months. That's 270. That is a 10-year addition to the presumptive sentence of 150 months. This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd. You are granted credit for 199 days already served. Pay the mandatory surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition.
Hold on, let's go. Wait. Go back.
Surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing.
So if you guys didn't catch that, it costs money to go to jail. I want to run that one back.
Or abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd. You are granted credit for 199 days already served. Pay the mandatory surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition, or explosives for the remainder of your life.
Whew.
Provide a DNA sample as required by law.
Ooh.
Register as a predatory offender as required by law.
Damn.
And then you will receive a copy of the order and also the attached memorandum explaining the court's analysis. Anything further from the state?
If this needs to be said, we just ask that it be executed forthwith.
Defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff to be transported back to the DOC or whichever custody is currently holding him.
Damn, get wrecked, son. Get wrecked.
The court commits you to the custody of the...
So that happened. That was interesting. 22 and a half years and all of that. All of that. Speaking about while we're on the subject of cops fucking sucking, police being trash, and actual good things happening. If you're a Baltimore denizen, you might be familiar with the spy plane. Well, it was ruled unconstitutional, violating the Fourth Amendment protection against illegal search and seizure. The City of Baltimore spy plane program was unconstitutional, violating the Fourth Amendment protection against illegal search, and law enforcement in the city cannot use any of the data it gathered, a court ruled Thursday. Which means that so for anyone who doesn't understand how the law works, or rather how law enforcement works, and doesn't understand that the police are like just another gang, they're totally going to continue to do flybys and shit, and they're going to look at the stuff that's on the spy plane. It's just not admissible in court anymore. So I guess this ruling happened yesterday. The Aerial Investigation Research Program, which used airplanes and high-resolution cameras to record what was happening in a 32-square-mile part of the city, was canceled by the city in February. Local black activist groups, with support from the ACLU, sued to prevent Baltimore law enforcement from using any of the data it had collected in the time the program was up and running. The state tried to argue the case was moot since the program had been canceled. That didn't sit well with civil liberties activists. Government agencies have a history of secretly using similar technology for other purposes, including to surveil Black Lives Matter protests in Baltimore in recent years, the ACLU said in a statement Thursday, which is also true, very true. What's up, By the Bell Pepper? Are you wrong to feel like in some cases like this, the judge always sounds like he's upset as opposed to what? Oh, yeah. That's obvious, NGD. Yamu, you already know what it is. It's when a judge has to sentence a police officer to football numbers, then it's like a solemn occasion. But when he's getting ready to charge someone like you or me to some football numbers, well, we're just statistics, you know what I mean? That's just going to pad his profit margin because he's probably getting kickbacks from the fucking prison we're going to get sent to anyway. So We smoking on that Derek Chauvin pack, faded as fuck. We smoking what we got? We got the Derek Chauvin pack. We got the John Pacafee. We getting faded as fuck tonight, so I'm about to get high as fuck. Oh my goodness. Why was it removed? Probably because of the music. I just realized I shouldn't have played that music. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can. If they blamed my stream because I was playing music. Yep, they sure did. Damn, that was fast. If they blamed my stream because I was playing music. Damn. Let me, fuck. That sucks. Wait a minute. The matching part isn't even. Damn. That sucks. So I'm really fucking stupid for that. I know I shouldn't have did that. I thought about it when I first started playing that music, but I should not have played that music. I'm gonna continue on, but damn, that sucks. It's just I guess it's only gonna affect Facebook because I haven't gotten any notifications from Twitch or YouTube yet. I'm sure they'll come eventually. But anyway. So anyway, to continue that shut up. Shut up. There we go. To continue with this. I don't think I'm gonna read all this. Plaintiff Davon Love, Director of Public Policy for Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, said in a statement Thursday that his organization had maintained that aerial surveillance isn't a legitimate or effective means for making Baltimore's communities safer. We have always sought to challenge the racial-imbued ideology of policeism, the belief that all urban problems must be addressed primarily or exclusively through the lens of policing, Love said, and we are gratified that Chief Judge Gregory saw the importance of that challenge. The Baltimore Police Department did not immediately reply to a request for comment Thursday, because of course they wouldn't. But that's the thrust of the main argument that all of us have when we're being critical of police, right? Is that the police are disproportionately enacting their panopticon on specific parts of the population, right? Let's see what else I got here. I got some other news, some other pretty cool news. The Teamsters Union votes to help organize Amazon workers. So one of America's largest labor unions passed a resolution Thursday designed to aid Amazon.com Incorporated workers in eventually achieving a union contract, a move aimed at putting further labor pressure on the e-commerce giant following a recent failed unionization effort in Alabama. Representatives from the International Brotherhood of Teamsters drafted the resolution after recent years in which Amazon has become a central focus for the group as the company's impact on blue-collar workers has increased. And I'm only realizing just now that this shit is paywalled, so I guess we'll just watch this and that'll be the end.
The coronavirus has upended the world of retail shopping. Since lockdowns began in March, thousands of stores in the U.S. have shut their doors for good.
This has nothing to do with what we're trying to read about. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on. That's not it. Here we go. We'll see if the LA Times will let us read this shit. Here we go. Oh my god. Because of my fucking ad blocker, bro. Really? Come on. All right, here we go. Amazon presents a massive threat to working class communities and good jobs in the logistics industry, Randy Corrigan, the Teamsters National Director for Amazon, said. Amazon workers face dehumanizing, unsafe, and low pay jobs with high turnover and no voice at work. It's all the same with the big news, Johns? Yeah, that's facts. So I guess the Teamsters have decided to go in and provide support to the people attempting to unionize the Amazon workforce, which I know has to make Jeff Bezos' butthole pucker just a little bit. Just a little bit. And of course, this wouldn't be the news without me reading about your friend, my friend, the quote-unquote sleazeball Matt Gaetz. And I hope the Teamsters can do right for Amazon workers as well. The Teamsters have their own issues, but at the very least, they could come in and help Amazon get the workers' rights and such that they deserve. But Matt Gaetz is currently stuck somewhere between a Greek tragedy and one of Shirley Jackson's dark short stories. Every day Congress is in session, he walks the marbled halls like any other lawmaker. He votes, he attends committee meetings, questions witnesses, even pops up on the Senate side with his fiancée from time to time. But all the while, the sword of Damocles hangs over Gaetz. Any day could be his last as a free man for a very long time. Holy shit, dude. This is so good. The Florida Republican has not been charged with a crime, but there's plenty of reason to believe Matt Gaetz is in serious trouble. His self-described wingman, Joel Greenberg, has already pleaded guilty to 6 felonies. My man caught multiple felonies, including sex trafficking a minor who Greenberg says Gaetz also paid to have sex with, and prosecutors dropped 27 charges in exchange for Greenberg's cooperation. Whew, that's nuts. They wanted him to snitch. They really wanted him to snitch. And he's saying like Mariah, Bill Bellamy with all them felonies. Hell yeah. And while we don't know if investigators will ever bring forward charges against Gaetz, we do know that certain facts don't look good for him. We know that Gaetz paid Greenberg on Venmo with the caption, "Hit up blank," using a nickname for this teenager. We know that Greenberg then turned around hours later and paid this same girl on Venmo. Oh, boy. And we know that Greenberg, while seeking a presidential pardon, wrote a confession letter that implicated Gaetz in some of the same crimes in which Greenberg has pleaded guilty. So those who don't know, this dumbass literally hand-wrote in his own handwriting a full confession letter implicating not only himself, but both Matt Gaetz as well as Roger Stone. And all of this shit. So he's ready to go to fucking jail, obviously. And of course the Republicans are acting like there's no big deal about it. Of course, they're coping. When the Daily Beast asked Representative Nicole Malliotakis from New York about keeping Gaetz on committees, she repeatedly refused to answer and instead asked her own question. Where's Ilhan Omar? Where's the vote to take Ilhan Omar off the Foreign Affairs Committee? She said. Oh my goodness. Jeez. The move to cope is just like instinctual for these people. Oh man. So there's that. I'm not gonna read all that. I'm gonna, because I kind of want to get quick into the Mortal Kombat so we can get into some memes and get into some gameplay. But I wanted to read this because this is also semi-local, and I'm only just now realizing this, having read the first paragraph for this, like speed reading this while I'm waiting. But this is an NPR piece called The Great Resignation. Jonathan Caballero made a startling discovery last year. At 27, his hair was thinning. The software developer realized that life was passing by too quickly as he was hunkered down at home in Hyattsville, Maryland. There was so much to do, so many places to see. Caballero envisioned a life in which he might end a workday with a swim instead of a long drive home. So when his employer began calling people back to the office part-time, he balked at the 45-minute commute. He started looking for a job with better remote work options and quickly landed multiple offers. I think the pandemic has changed my mindset in a way. Like, I really value my time now, Caballero says. As pandemic life recedes in the U.S., which shouldn't, by the way, because it's a global pandemic, and we've now lost more people in the last few months from COVID than we have in the entire year of 2020. So keep that in mind as we go into this post-pandemic mindset and state of affairs. People are leaving their jobs in search of more money, more flexibility, and more happiness. Many are rethinking what work means to them, how they are valued, and how they spend their time. It's leading to a dramatic increase in resignations. A record 4 million people quit their jobs in April alone, according to the Labor Department. And honestly, you love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see people discovering their actual worth and telling their employers to fuck off. So, in normal time, people quitting jobs in large numbers signals a healthy economy with plentiful jobs. But these are not normal times. The pandemic led to the worst U.S. recession in history, and millions of people are still out of jobs, yet employers are now complaining about acute labor shortages, and I wonder why that is. We haven't seen anything quite like the situation we have today, says Daniel Shao, a labor economist with the job site Glassdoor. I butchered that entire sentence. The highest caliber copium, yeah. The pandemic has given people all kinds of reasons to change direction. Some people, particularly those who work in low-wage jobs at restaurants, are leaving for better pay. Others may have worked in jobs that weren't a good fit, but were waiting out the pandemic before they quit. And some workers are leaving positions because they fear returning to an unsafe workplace, which was why I quit my last job. But I quit that job in September of last year. And lo and behold, restaurant and hotel workers led the way in spring resignations. You love to see it. You love to see it. I quit I worked at a hotel. That was my job. I had a hotel job last year that I quit in September. More than 740,000 people who quit in April worked in the leisure and hospitality industry, which includes jobs in hotels, bars and restaurants, theme parks, and other entertainment venues. Jeremy Golumbewski has ideas about why. I'm really proud of myself for pronouncing that name right. Last week, after 26 years in food service, he quit his job as general manager of a breakfast place in San Diego. The pandemic had a lot to do with it. Work had gotten too stressful, marked by scant staffing and constant battles with unmasked customers. He contracted COVID-19 and brought it home to his wife and father-in-law. And see, that was my number one fear. All that stuff in the first part of the sentence, like all this stuff right here, was all shit I had to go through at the hotel. Work got mad stressful. When I first started working there, like a month before the pandemic really started to kick off in America, it was a chill ass job. All I had to do was check people in, check people out, serve drinks, occasionally make some food in one of those Mary Chefs, which is a glorified microwave. When you go to places like fucking Applebee's and shit like that too, they're literally just microwaving your appetizers and shit. Keep that in mind. So, it was chill. It was cush. The pay wasn't great, but I was about to get benefits and potentially get a raise, ask for a raise or whatever. But COVID hit, and they, for whatever reason, decided that they needed to have people back in the building, even though we had no fucking guests, which was already really fucking irritating because they literally could have just paid us. If they were going to pay us, they could have just paid us to stay home, right? Because they got that big PPP loan. I went over that in a previous stream talking about the scam that Sage Hospitality pulled off. But we started getting guests, and my shift got changed first of all overnight because of how understaffed we were. So I went from working from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. to working from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Completely just changed my whole life for that job, basically. But no increase in pay, no hazard pay, no shift differential pay, nothing, right? I didn't even get holiday pay. I worked on the 4th of July and didn't even get holiday pay. But anyway, had to argue with guests about wearing masks and so on and so forth, and it was just not worth it. So I resigned, and yeah, I don't regret it at all. The job I have now is a job I enjoy. Yeah, I made the right call. Yeah. And you love how employers are guilt tripping humans to show up at shitty jobs or shitty wages and a shitty way of life. I mean, yeah, that's what America runs on. America runs on cheap ass goods which are produced by cheap ass labor. So cheap goods, cheap services. That's how everybody wants their shit fast and low cost, right? And people don't want to work for pennies anymore. That's really all it comes down to. And I got the fuck out of there because I knew this part right here was bound to happen. Just because of all there would be people coming in. There was one dude that tested positive that we knew of. He would come downstairs with no mask on, coughing into his hand and shit. And it was just a fucking, I was like, I'm going to contract this virus here. I'm not staying here. It's kind of a shame. Remember when the pandemic started and the society was all about the humanity and community and all that horseshit, and it feels like we're right back to square one. That's the most fucked up part, is we learned absolutely nothing from this pandemic. People, and it's honestly not that surprising when you consider the fact that at the very beginning, I don't know if you remember, people were literally protesting to open the country back up. These people literally were like in the streets with like picketing with signs and shit, like protesting because they really just wanted to get sent back to work to get COVID that bad. It's pretty gnar, especially in the context of everything that we've seen happen over the last year. It makes that first couple of months seem really fucking silly. But those people still feel that way. And those employers obviously still feel that way. They wanted to send you to work to get COVID and work until you die to make them money then. And that's how they feel about it now. Yeah, nothing has changed. It is maddening. But, yeah, I'm glad this dude found his balance. He got to work from home and all that good stuff. So there's that. I think I'm going to do Mortal Kombat time now. Cheap products, fast service, all at the expense of hardworking humans in the planet. Yeah, exactly. It's capitalism. It's pure capitalism. It's like it's just straight up feudalism at this point. It's what we're heading towards, where people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, all these super rich people are going to be the ones that have like the only plots of land with arable soil, or they have spaceships so they can just go to the moon or Mars or whatever shit they want to colonize. Well, we have all the fucked up earth where people are dying. There's droughts, there's sea level rise, there's pollution, there's everything. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Working at a deli and telling customers no mask, no service, and getting hatred back as a response says it all. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone you know just wants to party. It's like everyone forgot about proper health habits and kind of be, yeah, buy the bell pepper. That's what blew my fucking mind about working at the hotel, was that they would be having 30 man, and I'm talking, first of all, the policy of the hotel room is that there's not supposed to be more than 6 people to a room. And that's, you know, like a 4-kid family. That was the thought process behind that. But these people are throwing hotel parties 30 deep with kegs and bottles and shit, no masks, sharing blunts and shit in the rooms, smoking in the rooms. And then they want to fight me when I tell them they got to get the fuck out because you can't smoke in the hotel. Like, nah, I wasn't doing that. We have to find ways to sustain the planet. Yeah, the thing is we can't legislate that. It's the same way we can't try to reform the police and wait for politicians to finally give us what we've been fucking begging for. We don't have that kind of time to wait. You know what I mean? Like, the planet is done. The planet is done. We've already passed the point of no return in terms of the temperature rise on the planet. Like, climate catastrophe is already in motion. You know what I'm saying? There's already going to be, just look at the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest and everything right now. There's already set to be climate refugees, people that have to move because where they live is uninhabitable by humans, right? It's already happening. And you have stuff like Extinction Rebellion happening, I guess, which is like, I don't know how effective it is, but it makes perfect fucking sense. If you were a sane person, your only logical conclusion is to try and fucking do whatever you can to try and save your fucking species, dude. But it's like, nah, the liberal mind just takes over, and it's like, I don't have to worry about this. You get lulled to sleep, and you're like, I'll just vote. I'll fucking vote and hope every 4 years that they'll dangle a dude that promises to do something about it in front of me but doesn't actually, like a Joe Biden or a Kamala Harris or some goofy shit like that. And that's what's going to end. That's going to be the reason why we get dealt with, is because when the liberals had the opportunity to fucking step up and do something with people like me, with people like us, they decided that they didn't feel like it. They just wanted to go back to work, punch the clock, and be left alone while the world fucking burns down around them. But that concludes the news portion of the stream, I guess. In terms of me like reading the news, obviously we're gonna talk more about the news and read and meme and all that good stuff. But that's the end. What I'm about to do is end the stream and restart it so that I get exposure again, because I have to start a whole new stream because this VOD is going to get blamed because of the music I played during the Derek Chauvin reading of the joint or whatever. So thank you. I am spitting. You should have heard me Wednesday when I was going on about drug users. So I'm going to end the stream, come back with some Mortal Kombat, and then we're going to have the Community King of the Hill. So I'll see you guys in like 30 seconds. If you're on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, just refresh